and welcome back to my, look at Winnie in the corner. So it has been requested for me to do a piercing tour. Now I have a solid amount of piercings, so I think it would be good to share them all with you guys. You guys requested it. I can talk about my experience, where I went, the type of jewelry I have, pain levels, etc. So if you're considering getting your seconds, your Helix, any more piercings in general, then hopefully this video is helpful to you. So I actually went to get my piercings done in Oakville, Ontario at the Curated Lobe. I will leave their information linked in the description box. Not sponsored or anything, but I genuinely love the Curated Lobe. I have spent a ton of money there, okay, because I have bought so much jewelry from there. All of my earrings, also a couple belly chains. I just love them in general. They are lovely, professional, and my piercings are gorgeous. I get so many compliments on them, so obviously they do a really good job. If you are in the GTA, then I would highly recommend going there. Now I did get my seconds done before at Claire's. Do not recommend that, okay? They got infected so easy and they did not last. If you don't live in Ontario or you can't get to them for your actual piercings, you can even just check out their website because they have super cool jewelry. I mean, all of my piercing jewelry is from them as well. So they just have really cool pieces in general. I want to note that they hand make their pieces too. Like, well, a lot of them are handmade. She can even make you like some custom pieces if you email and ask. That one you'll have to pay more for, but they will do like a custom earscape for you. Their TikTok is pretty big. If you want to check out their TikTok, they do a ton of different like earscape aesthetics, which is really neat. Okay, so first we'll do my left ear. So I ended up getting 6 piercings all at once the first time I went, which was a year ago now. So I got my second done, I got my double helix, and then I got my second, third, and fourth on this side the first time I went. So my seconds here, I have aquamarine stud, and then on this side, I actually just got this new stud from the Curated Lobe with this chain also from them. My seconds are still healing. They are the most sore. They get piercing bubbles the most. They even still hurt to just touch. My earlobes, I am very rare in the fact that my lobes do not heal fast, but my cartilage do. My double helix and my floating helix have been completely fine. They don't give me any problems, super good. My lobes, on the other hand, like even just burns, hurts so bad. They will probably take years and years to heal, whereas like my double helix, completely fine. I've switched out the jewelry and everything. Amazing. Sorry, this is kind of all over the place, but just because I mentioned piercing bubbles, a little trick that I have if you get those little bubbles beside your piercing is hydrogen peroxide mixed with baking soda. Make a little paste and put it on your piercing and they'll be gone in like 2-3 days. They'll dry up and fall off. It works like a charm. It's the only thing that's worked for my piercing bubbles. On this side, like I mentioned, I have my seconds here, which are red from just touching them. And then I have my third, which I got done more recently at Christmas. And then connecting, I have a pearl chain here. This is again from the Curated Lobe, and then the longer chain as well. So this one connects behind my first and third, and this one connects in front, my first and third. Now, I love the chains. I love having all the long jewelry. I will say though that they do get caught on things and you have to be careful with them. Even when I recently got my hair done, my hairdresser like put her finger through it and I got scared it pulled out, but luckily it was fine. Initially, when you're healing, you can't get these chains. You have to just get a stud like this. But because my lobes heal so terribly, I have kept the studs. And yeah, they are still super cute. This one is just a ball top, and then these are aquamarine because it's my birthstone. I'd say on a pain scale, the lobes aren't too bad. I mean, honestly, I didn't even flinch for any of my piercings. Maybe like, I don't know, a 2 or 3. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, I got 6 done at one time, so obviously it didn't hurt that bad. But in terms of healing time, these ones are like an 8 because they are constantly getting piercing bubbles and they hurt so bad. It's just how my lobes are. Some people are like that. So I have here my double helix. So up top I have a little crystal. I think that's just a crystal, yeah. And then down here I have a pearl top, and this is a solid gold chain. So this one was more expensive, but I plan to keep this one on, I mean, like forever, or for a while at least. I really like how it looks. It is a double chain, so the one's a little bit shorter and then one's longer. I actually don't like my left ear because it sticks out farther than my right. It's just something I notice. So I really like having my double helix on this side with the long chain. It makes me feel more like a fairy. Now, this chain I find doesn't really get caught on a lot of things, but it can get tangled in itself. I've had to get them to fix it for me before, but that's just because I also can't fix my piercings at all with these long nails. But they're really nice. They fixed it for me, and she is all cute and good to go. These are also flat backs, as you can probably see there. So they aren't studs, they are flush with your ear. And you will get downsized. So originally you have a longer barbell so that it can heal with the swelling, and then you downsize it after a few months to make it more flush with your ear. My double helix didn't hurt that bad. Usually that's one of the more painful ones. I guess I'd rank it at like a 3-4. Honestly, it did not hurt as bad for me at all. Recently just got, you can probably see this bloody mark here. I got my front helix. Now this was a little stud, and eventually it's supposed to have like a chain with like some little seashells hanging down and whatnot. Super cute. I was so excited about it, but I was dumb. Story time. I was playing with my dog and I threw his ball up to the roof to bounce it off, and instead it just bounced off and hit me in the face. When I went to block it, my nail caught on the piercing and ripped it out, and it was bleeding and whatnot. My dad tried to put it back in, but it hurt so bad and I was gonna pass out, so we could not put it back in. Now I have to wait for it to heal over and try again, which really sucks because I wasted the money on the piercing now, and I just obviously wanted to have it because I wanted it to heal and have the pretty chain. But anyways, it is what it is. That actually just ripped out like 2 days ago when I'm filming this, so that really sucks. But this one was the most painful piercing I've had to date. I would rank this one like a 6 or a 7. Like, it was pretty uncomfortable. Just because of the way they have to like angle it in, it hurt. It's just also like a tricky spot to clean. Like, everything gets caught on it, my nails, my hair. Like, imagine you're just trying to tuck your hair behind your ear and it gets caught. Do you know what I mean? So this one was definitely the most painful I had, and I only had it for like 3 days before it came out. On this side of my ear, I have my seconds, thirds, and fourths. So these are both same thing, aquamarine studs, and they're titanium on the back, I'm pretty sure. And then this is just a little crystal stud with a ball chain. This piercing is actually from Happiness Boutique. It's the only piercing that I have that isn't from the curated lobe. I just like the little crystal star because I think it brings out the crystals in the rest of them. So I recently just got this changed out because, like I said, my seconds don't heal very well. So I actually used to have in my ear, let me grab it, just to have a threader in my ear. Here's what a threader looks like. I have the little butterfly charm and then this moonstone charm from the curated lobe. And so this just threads through a couple of your ear piercings and it looks so pretty. I'll include a picture of what a threader does look like in the ear so you guys can see. But it is just, it's so hard to heal with these because they are so small and they're much smaller than a stud. So what my second was doing was it was actually closing around this one. And then I put like a little hoop in it, which also wasn't as big as a stud. And again, it started to close around it. So when I went to get my front helix done just last week, I had her put in a new stud, this crystal one. And she basically she had to like re-pierce it. It hurt so bad. It hurt even more than my front helix. So I don't know what's going on with my seconds, but it hurt so freaking bad. Eventually though, I will work my way up to being fully healed and I will have my pretty threader back in because it does look so cool and fairy-like. I miss it so much, but it's just unrealistic for me. I have my fourth. Now this one is a tricky spot because it is kind of in cartilage. So this one I do get some piercing bumps here and there just because it's like kind of lobe, kind of cartilage. It's an awkward spot, but still it doesn't give me as much trouble as my seconds. Favorite piercing I have is my floating helix, which I think is most people's favorite that I have. This one is the piercing that I would recommend the most to anyone because it makes such a huge difference, and it is only one piercing. Now, unlike the double helix, this is of course 1, 2, and I have a chain. The floating helix is literally just one piercing up top here. I'm not sure if you can see the flesh back. I just got this barbell downsized, but it's just one little piercing and then this pretty earring, and you can heal with this earring. Like when I got this piercing done, I was able to get this pretty earring. So it's not like I had to wait for it to heal and then get on chains or something like that. I could just heal with this, and it is so beautiful. This one is also like a solid gold piece, so it was pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's so worth it. It's like a little fairy waterfall. I am in love with it. They do still have like a ton of floating helix earrings on their website, so definitely check them out. Like I said, this is the piercing I would recommend the most. It hurts, I don't know, like 4 out of 10, not bad at all, same as my other helix piercing, and it healed very fast. I got this done at Christmas and it already is good to go. They downsized the barbell. She's happy and clean. In terms of cleaning, aftercare, when you get your piercing, clean twice a day. Once they're kind of healed, just once a day. Like I said, hydrogen peroxide and baking soda for the paste to get rid of any piercing bumps. And then my current piercing cleaner that I use is the piercing aftercare spray. I'll usually just put this on a Q-tip or spray directly on the piercing and clean it all up. Now, another good one is, I think it's a Nestle Care or something. It starts with an N, but it's like a saline spray. That one you can order online off of Amazon. That one's also really good. But just make sure that when you get your piercings, you've got a proper like aftercare piercing spray, like a dedicated piercing spray, because this will be your best friend. It feels so nice too on a fresh piercing, like spraying just, oh, so cool, refreshing, so good. Yeah, that is all about my piercings. I mean, this video was really requested, so hopefully it helped. You guys can know what to ask for. You've got your double helix, your front helix, your second, your thirds. This would be your conch if you want to get one right across here. That one hurts more. You've got your seconds, thirds, fourths, and then your floating helix. So yeah, that's all the piercings with the different pain levels. My lobes, like I said, 2, 3, except this one hurt a bit more because it was cartilage, so maybe 4 or 5, but honestly these ones didn't hurt too bad. The most painful was the front helix. Yeah, and I will leave the information for the curated lobe in the description box so you guys can check out all their jewelry or get pierced by them if you are in the Greater Toronto area. This video helped you out. I love you all so much. Leave any requests that you have for future videos in the description box, not in the description box, that's my job, in the comments, and I will add them to the list. But I will see you in my next video. Bye.